Eliza Dushku's position in Hollywood seemed unshakable, but eventually people began to wonder what had happened to her. She was appearing in fewer and fewer films until she seemed to disappear altogether. The real reason Eliza Dushku left Hollywood may surprise you. It might be hard to believe considering just how talented she is, but Eliza Dushku didn't really set out to become an actress, and it was never her dream to be a Hollywood star. As she explained to AV Club, "I have a new outlook on my career at this point because this is a career I tripped and fell into. And it took me a few years to realize that I have such an opportunity." It turns out that when Dushku says she tripped and fell, she meant it literally. It was her brother who wanted to pursue acting. When the 10-year-old Dushku accompanied him on an audition, she ended up losing her balance, which caught the attention of producers. Dushku was ambivalent about embarking on an acting career, explaining that her mother declined on her behalf when she was first invited to go in for a screen test. However, her brothers encouraged her to go, thinking of it as a free trip to Hollywood, but not thinking she'd actually get the part. Dushku ended up crushing her screen test, though, and scored her first role in That Night, launching an unexpected career. Eliza Dushku's role in Buffy the Vampire Slayer is one of her most memorable. But what many fans of Dushku don't realize is that she could have continued playing the character of Faith even after Buffy wrapped. Dushku was invited to reprise the role in a spinoff centered on her character, but decided to turn down the opportunity. Even though she loved her character, Dushku told IGN, "I've played that character on and off for 5 years now, and I've changed a lot. I kinda just wanted to try something else. Sometimes you have to go with your gut, and my gut was telling me that I maybe needed to try something else that was just different." Dushku also admitted that following Buffy the Vampire Slayer would have been challenging. As she told IGN, "I think that those would have been really big boots to fill. I think it would have been compared to Buffy." Eliza Dushku's early Hollywood career wasn't as charmed as it seemed to her fans at the time. In 2017, she opened up about her history of substance abuse and the toll it took on her and on her family. In a speech at the Youth Summit on Opioid Awareness, the actress revealed that she started using drugs when she was just 14 years old. Dushku revealed, "It was fun and I loved it until it wasn't." Dushku also struggled with alcohol abuse. She finally got sober after her family refused to let her see her niece until she sought help. Dushku admitted that without that ultimatum, she may have continued on her downward spiral. Thankfully, Dushku got the help she needed. In 2018, she celebrated 10 years of sobriety in an Instagram post in which she encouraged others struggling with addiction to seek help. Eliza Dushku's presence in Hollywood isn't quite as sparse as it may seem. What fans of the star might not realize is that some of her biggest parts have been roles in which you can't see her face. Dushku has been a successful voice actress for quite some time, starting with an episode of King of the Hill in 2002. Dushku has also voiced roles in several video games, including reprising the character of Faith in Buffy the Vampire Slayer: Chaos Bleeds. Other shows and films Dushku has voiced roles in include Torchwood: Web of Lies, Jay and Silent Bob's super groovy cartoon movie, and Ultimate Spider-Man. In an interview with Geek Mom, Dushku said of voice acting, "Emotionally, it can be really exhausting, but at the same time, you're in that air-conditioned room in pajamas." Even though she saw a lot of success in Hollywood, Eliza Dushku's heart remained in her hometown of Boston. Her desire to move back home led to friction with her longtime boyfriend Rick Fox and contributed to their breakup. She told the Boston Globe in 2014, "Rick's an LA guy and I'm a Boston girl." Dushku also revealed at the time that she'd bought a condo near her childhood home, saying that she missed her hometown and her family. In 2019, Dushku proudly told Boston Magazine, "I'm a full-time Bostonian yet again, and I'm really happy about it. LA was good to me for a lot of years, but to this day, I still can't believe I lived there for 18 years. That's an honest effort. But I always considered myself a Boston girl through and through, and I always plan to come back." Moving back to Boston isn't the only way that Eliza Dushku has gotten back to her roots. She also explored Albania as part of an hour-long documentary for PBS called Dear Albania, released in 2016. Dushku was inspired to create the documentary as her paternal grandparents moved to America in the 1920s, settling in Boston. Dushku told Glamour, "Aside from the stories that were passed down through my family, we were often called crazy Albanians, which is sort of an accurate Albanian reality. So when I was invited to Albania for the first time about 10 years ago, it became my mission to debunk the myth of the crazy Albanian."
Because most people we meet say, "I knew nothing. I couldn't even find it on a map."
Dushku was shocked to discover that, along with Mother Teresa and the Belushi brothers, she is considered to be one of the most famous Albanians in the world. As part of her work to document the story of Albania and its people, Dushku obtained dual citizenship in Albania. She told Glamour, "Today and for all time, I, Eliza Dushku, am an official Albanian American citizen and intend to continue to honor my roles by being a global service activist. This is a part of my story of discovering the Albanian in me." While she may not be as much in the public eye as she was at the height of her popularity, that doesn't mean that Eliza Dushku isn't living her best life. One of the things keeping her busy these days is the family she's raising with her husband, Peter Palangian, the CEO of Intercontinental Real Estate Corporation. The couple tied the knot in August 2018. The marriage made Dushku a stepmother to Palangian's 4 kids from a previous marriage. And in 2019, the couple welcomed their first child together, a son named Pete. She told Us Weekly, "I'm just so excited about this next chapter in my life." The life of a child star often isn't an easy one, and it requires a kid to forego a normal life and to enter an adult world. Eliza Dushku's experience as a child star was especially horrifying, but she kept the full extent of it to herself for decades. In 2018, Dushku penned a lengthy Facebook post in which she claimed she was sexually assaulted by stunt coordinator Joel Kramer on the set of True Lies when she was 12. Dushku wrote, "At the time, I shared what happened to me with my parents, 2 adult friends, and one of my older brothers. No one seemed ready to confront this taboo subject then, nor was I." The actress criticized not only the adults on set for not realizing the alarming amount of attention Kramer paid to her, but also Hollywood for failing her. She wrote, "I hope that speaking out will help other victims and protect against future abuse." Fans were excited when Eliza Dushku landed a role on the television show Bull, but were shocked when she appeared in only 3 episodes. Aside from a part in the TV movie The Saint, that was her only acting appearance in 2017, and she hasn't landed a role since. In 2018, Dushku revealed what really happened on the set of Bull in a piece for the Boston Globe and wrote, "There was daily, undeniably demeaning conduct that is unacceptable in an absolute sense. Everyone should be allowed to work without harassment. Bull actor Michael Weatherly sexually harassed and bullied me day in and day out and would have gotten away with it had he not been caught on tape and had the CBS lawyers not inadvertently shared the tapes with my counsel." The show's writer and producer defended Weatherly, claiming he was only joking, while Weatherly said that Dushku was at fault for not having a sense of humor.
"Would you like me to fix it?"
Dushku was ultimately paid $9.5 million on the condition that she not speak about what happened on set. Dushku decided to break her silence, though, after news of the settlement broke and her co-star gave a statement to the press. She told Time magazine, "We're talking in code. NDAs re-victimize people. They give more power to the powerful."
It's me, don't shoot.
Another thing that has kept Eliza Dushku busy has been her commitment to activism and philanthropy. As noted by Bella magazine, Dushku is involved with a number of organizations including Thrive Gulu, a nonprofit started by her mother that's focused on helping former child soldiers and survivors of trauma and war in northern Uganda. Dushku also wants to help others who have struggled with addiction, as she told People in 2019, "We've been involved with supporting different programs in Boston related to addiction and the opioid crisis. My focus right now is geared towards some of the things I wasn't really able to focus on when I was full-time on a TV show in LA. I haven't quit Hollywood, but this is just another aspect of my life that is really, really important and exciting to me." In 2016, Dushku hit the campaign trail in support of Bernie Sanders, who was vying for the Democratic nomination. At the time, Dushku told Spare Change News, "I think Bernie is the only one trying to make changes." Eliza Dushku may have taken a break from acting, but she's still been working in the entertainment industry by running her own production company, Boston Diva, which she started with her brother. Dushku and her brother produced their documentary, Dear Albania, through the company, as well as the 2018 biopic Mapplethorpe, which is centered on the late photographer Robert Mapplethorpe. Dushku revealed in 2019 that Mapplethorpe was a passion project she and her brother had wanted to work on for more than 15 years, but that it had taken a long time for everything to come together. She told People, "I certainly didn't choose for it to be that long of a process, but I've got to say it's sort of incredible how everything aligned." Production has opened a whole new avenue for Dushku, who told Deadline, "What's next is just having that freedom to tell any kinds of stories that I want to tell that are important to me." Eliza Dushku's absence from Hollywood might have led some people to think she'd retired, But Dushku hasn't exactly retreated from the public eye. In fact, she's continued to give interviews and has been quite open about her life and her career. Dushku also has a substantial social media presence with more than 600,000 followers on Instagram and 1.6 million followers on Twitter. However, social media has its pros and cons. In 2019, Dushku told Boston Magazine, "It can cause a bit of a panic attack, and to be honest, in the past couple of years, I've been on social media so much less because of that. And it's just human nature that 1,000 people could say you're great, and there's one person that just drills into you, and that's all you can focus on. And today, with the trolls and the fake bots, it's just too much." Eliza Dushku's acting resume might not be as jam-packed with roles as some of her fans would expect, but that doesn't mean that she's abandoned her acting career entirely. Acting is still something that Dushku loves, and she plans to keep doing it so long as she's the one calling the shots. In 2019, Dushku revealed in an interview with Time magazine that she hasn't quit acting. As she explained, "I need the distance to recalibrate and start a family, but I don't want people to think coming forward means ending your career. I could be acting, I could be in LA, I just need to be here right now." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.